Zechariah chapter 4, verses 1 to 14. It says, now the angel who talked with me came back and wakened me as a man who is wakened out of his sleep. And he said to me, what do you see? So I said, I am looking. I am looking. And there's a lampstand of solid gold with a bowl on top of it. And on the stand, 7 lamps with 7 pipes to the 7 lamps. 2 olive trees are by it, one at the right of the bowl and the other at its left. So I answered and spoke to the angel who talked with me, saying, what are these, my Lord? Then the angel who talked with me answered and said to me, do you not know what these are? And I said, no, my Lord. Excuse me. When you begin to walk with God and questions are thrown at you, don't be eager to answer. Many of us know too much. That's why you see today, plenty of people are in ministry who are not called. Some people, all they have is a grace. And they will go and start a ministry because they have grace. Grace is not synonymous with calling. Grace is like a tire. If God gives you a grace, that is like he has given you one leg of a car. That's a tire. That's not the same thing as an assignment. It's not a call. The fact that you have a grace is not a call. You are in a hurry. Don't jump the gun. If he gave you tire, how can you drive tire? When we were in kindergarten, small kids, we used to drive tire. And you are the one who will be running. The tire will be rolling, and you are rolling the tire. You are following the tire. You are the one running. If you start ministry with one tire, you will run all through your life. That tire will work with a vehicle. You need to identify the vehicle where your tire is supposed to fit. You have a grace, singing grace, preaching grace, teaching grace, grace to heal the sick, grace to counsel. All of those graces are wonderful, and many more. Prophetic grace, all of those. Until God tells you, go and start a ministry. Don't start. You have a grace, it's not a call. But we are always in a hurry when God show you a little thing like this. Oh, he has spoken. God has spoken. What did he say? He's just showing you something. That doesn't mean go and start ministry. That doesn't mean you should go and resign your job. I met one man some years back. Came to meet me in the office. His clothes were tattered. He entered my office. I said, what can I do for you? He said, excuse me, sir. I want to talk. But I'm too hungry. I haven't eaten anything in the past 2 days. So I look at him very well. I look at the leg. The shoes were gone. The trouser was torn somewhere. But the grammar in his mouth was solid. I said, you haven't eaten in the past 2 days? He said, yes. He said, I'm so tired, I can't even talk. So I called my secretary, take this man to the Bukateria complex there. Go and buy something. Just show him the place. I gave him money. Go and eat. After you eat, come back. When he came back, he said, thank you, sir. Now we can talk. And then he began to introduce himself. He was an engineer. Engineer with Nigerian Airways. And he went to church. And his bishop pointed the rod at him and said, God, thus says the Lord, you are an evangelist to our generation. Oto, the following week he went to resign. Because bishop pointed. Me, or when God called me, when he told me, I want you to do full-time ministry, I said, sit down, Lord, sit down, let's talk. Let's talk. Who will be paying me salary? And God had to talk. There's no one who employs and doesn't give you a employment letter. I receive all kinds of calls. People telling me they receive calls, they want to do ministry. And then you ask them, how did they know? They say, want somebody prophesy. Look, if you have grace, that's different from ministry. It's not different. It's different from calling you. When God calls you, He will tell you what to do. He will tell you where to do it. He will give you a covenant for that assignment. Don't be in a hurry. Even though He has spoken to you, go and sit down before Him and let Him give you covenants. You are working with me. And God has given me grace to relate with ministers across the world. I do ministers' meetings everywhere. People gather to listen. You cannot be foolish. Don't tell me that you dreamt one dream and go. You know what they call akwekpa? You dream one dream. Akwekpa happens in the dream. You know, they call somebody in the dream and the next thing is dead. That's what you have received. Before you step out to do anything, sit down first. When God called me, I went to Green Spring Hotel there. That's not even the first call. When He was telling me it's time for me to be on my own, I looked for money and paid for one hotel. I went there, parked my car. I did it. By the time I was finishing, the battery was flat. I needed people to help me push it to start the vehicle, to jump start it. Because vehicle at that time was no longer important. That I will go and start something and everybody will be shooting arrow at me. Lord, let's talk. Oh. Let's talk. You have to talk and make this thing clear to me. I think I was speaking to somebody.